Hello, architects! First off, I'd just like to give a big hello to all of the AWA members who've introduced themselves over this past week. My name's Shannon. I just recently turned 17, which makes me the youngest of this group. So, since this is the introduction video, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about me. I'm Canadian. I love playing sports, especially basketball and running. I read books by, the shelf every day. I just love books. My favorites include, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, anything Jane Austen or in that time period. I also really enjoy historical fiction, such as Pillars of the Earth and The Other Berlin Girl, and so on and so forth. I joined this group for mainly 3 reasons. Number 1, since lots of writers need to be alone when they write, they tend to isolate themselves. For example, I lock myself in a room for hours on end to write. I can't do it around other people, or I go for walks by the river and I sit down there and write alone for a really long time. So this leads to a sense of seclusion in a way. So while we're writing about people, we tend to separate ourselves from people, which isn't good because we need to be able to know how people interact normally. I mean, obviously writers can still have friends and normal families and so on, but it helps to not be alone for a really long time. And it can get a bit lonely, I have to admit. So this brings me to my next point, which is that I think that AWA will turn out to be a really helpful community for all writers. We're going to be struggling through the hard points of writing together, and we're also going to be celebrating together, which is really good, I think, because it motivates us to continue to write, even in those tricky parts that we might not be able to have gone through if we were completely alone. I know that we're not in a physical presence, but we have people to talk to, which is why I think it's really important for commenters and viewers to comment and give video responses and input to what we're talking about. Number 3. This one's more of a personal reason. I'm typically a pretty shy and introverted person. I'm not really a big talker, so becoming a part of a video blogging community is a pretty big risk for me because it's essential around talking, but at the same time it's about writing, so I should be able to balance that. But this is my way to improve at speaking and, I don't know, just acting normal under pressure and talking to cameras, I guess. But yeah, I think this is a really good way for everyone to improve in so many ways, and I just kind of wanted to be a part of that. We were asked to share our inspiration for writing, and I think that this is a point which authors can talk about for such a long time, because there's so many different ways that a person can be inspired to write. There's other authors, which for me would be Tolkien and J.K. Rowling, just because of the way that they wove their characters' plot points and themes into their world so masterfully. I know that many people would prefer Tolkien over J.K. Rowling because it was so in-depth and original. But for me, J.K. Rowling's books were basically my childhood, and they inspire me to write better and more often. Another inspiration for me would be my friends and family. Their faith in me and their support in every aspect of my life just makes me want to do better at everything, and to just work harder and to actually succeed in my journey as an author. As amazing as other authors and my family and friends are, my hugest inspiration is probably nature itself. When I'm hiking through mountains and looking around forests and trees and bushes and everything in nature, or when I reach the top of that mountain and I can look out over all the trails I was working so hard to climb and realize that I finally made it, it's so inspiring. And just the beauty of our world and of forests, it just makes me want to write and to include these aspects and include my awe at our world in my writing. And I'd like to think that I do, because the way that I write best is if I look around and I take the parts of my world that I like and the parts that I don't like, and I modify them to suit different cultures which I've invented. And I think that nature, in a way, is just It's so influential to every being. The way our relationship with the earth is very important to everyone, I should think. But yeah, that's probably my biggest inspiration by far. When it comes to my actual writing, I have two main projects at the moment, one of which I've worked for since I was, I think, 10 years old, maybe, so definitely elementary school. And it's really close to my heart, and I know the characters really well. I'm not really going to get into it very much right now. I probably will in my next video, but lots of the themes are discrimination, authoritarian governments, and, like, love, really, and the effect that friendship can have on your life. So I know that this video kind of passed the time limit that we all set for ourselves, and most of the introduction videos did. But before I go, I had mentioned that I was really shy, and this was a really big risk for me. And that's why that I think that all of the viewers should start commenting. Honestly, please just let us know what you think. And even do a video response, even if you're shy and a secluded writer. Honestly, just give it a shot. All of us are here to learn and to appreciate it, and I really think that AWA has the potential to be a community that writers have been looking for. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!